When I was researching John Singer Sargent for one of my YouTube videos, I came across this painting. Something about it held my gaze. I found myself literally staring at it. And each time I did, I felt like I was actually there, looking at the scene. It's very loosely painted, which communicates energy or movement. The colors are wonderful. They're so fresh and brilliant. I don't know if it was winter, spring, or summer. The mass of whites could communicate snow or frost, or just a sense of reflective light. Whatever the case, it doesn't matter. I don't need to know. Sargent was best known for his portrait paintings, but eventually got burnt out and started focusing more on landscapes and watercolor around the turn of the 20th century. During this time, Sargent went on many painting excursions, often to the mountains of northwestern Italy, the Italian Alps. He traveled with friends, and often one particular friend, Ambrogio Raffaele, a fellow landscape and portrait painter. Now, his style of painting was quite different from Sargent's, but the two men shared a love of the mountains and painting plein air. It was on one of these trips that he painted this study, which he signed to his friend Raffaele. Let's take a closer look at this piece. This was painted using watercolor and gouache, which is an opaque form of watercolor. And you can see the difference if you look here at this transparent blue spot. That is watercolor. Versus here, this looks more cloudy or opaque. That's gouache. The trees also look like they're watercolor. See how transparent they are? Now, you have a horizon line right about here. It's just off center. And you have a broad foreground with great perspective lines. Can you see those lines? It looks like perhaps two branches of the water. The grouping of trees on either side provide asymmetrical balance. The trees on the left are more chromatic and have that single dark tree, which, to my eye, helps balance the large, dark, neutral mass on the right. Now the mountains are implied. They're partially covered by cloud or fog. And look at the confident brushwork. Look at that. In general, this whole scene is fantastic. You've got this confident splotch of opaque white gouache, adding to what could be seen as a scribbled-looking sky. But it works. He also has little dabs and dashes of chromatic color, such as this beautiful turquoise color that he has in the water. It's enhanced by all these muted violet tones. Some of these colors are familiar if you look at his work often, but the percentage and the placement of these colors in this piece is especially stunning. He also complements the blue and the turquoise with these blasts of orange, well placed. Some of them are feathered, and you can see how fast his brush was moving. You also have a lot of neutral colors. You can see here. If everything was bold and colorful, it would be hard to look at. This offers some color balance. Now, where are his deepest values? You have some deep values down here in the blue, but look at this. It's almost pure black right along the horizon line. Those are the darkest values. You also have these darks, which form the base of the trees. All of the white in the foreground here is balanced with the white in the sky. So this painting has a lot of balance and a great use of values. This has a bit of a triangular shape, doesn't it? Which is always pleasing to the eye. This one as well. Overall, what composition design do you think he used? Well, in this case, if we follow the perspective lines, they take us back to this strong value contrast of black and white. It tells your eye where to go. Not to mention the attention this line draws. And the importance of this area of white. That sunlit part of the mountain is really important for communicating depth. Look how the feeling changes if we remove it. It's still a great painting, but it loses depth and visual interest. So this whole area is commanding attention and would, in my opinion, be considered a large center object. Sargent's ability to capture and actually enhance the colors of nature, as well as his breathtaking brushwork, are some of the reasons he and his artwork have become especially popular in recent times. Whether painting highly realistic, impressionistic, or more loose and abstract work, Sargent was one of those artists who, even a century later, can lead the viewer to see what he sees.